It's Hio. We're back with another Sword of Convallaria video. Today, I'm going to talk a little more about Miss Convallaria, aka Joan Convallaria, because I feel like the video that I did, at least, it felt a little, I don't know, maybe not worthy of Miss Convallaria's debut, aka the first anniversary. And so I was like, well, we got to do another video, do something a little more proper. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about her, where we are with her, etc., etc. How I feel about her. I don't know, maybe people care about this, maybe people don't, but honestly, after playing with her and being like a little bit skeptical, not gonna lie, depending on like what people were saying on the internet, I was like, okay, like there's no way she's that good compared to like sliced bread, right? Like she's not really changing the game that significantly, right? And I think she does a bit, but I don't think it's like that crazy, right? Like she does have her niche, and like I think there are points to not play. And honestly, I think the good parts of her kit are somewhat comparable compared to like other units. And almost she doesn't feel that wild, but it does feel like as a unit, if they do another sort of premium debut unit, like I feel like there's gonna have to feel like the same tier. I don't know if part of it is because of the whole sort of aesthetic of Anana, right? She's like, it was just like a healer, small little princess, and all of a sudden she becomes like this strong, independent woman. I don't know if that's like playing some parts of the mind, but like she does have a lot on her kit that does make her really strong, and it's pretty blatant too. But yeah, let's go over that. So yeah, I was actually lucky enough to bring her home. I think within the first like, let's say 20 to 30 pulls, and I was like kind of psyched because like I've seen people like just going to like town on opening for her and like just not getting anything, right? They had to get to pity, and I was just like, oh my gosh, if I have to get the pity, I'm not getting the dungeon meshy, right? Like there's no way they're gonna do that to me, right? So I got super lucky, and then I have a lot of pools left over. So yeah, getting her and then like training her a bit, especially with the 2x, I think not Terrat, but the 2x memory retrieval, has been like doing me justice. Like it's been so we've got her 3 stars already. I think honestly that's like pretty good. We do think we're gonna increase her a little bit more, but she's been doing a lot of work by herself as is, even now at 3 stars. Okay, so what about Espianana is wild? Well, honestly, I think a lot of her power comes from just like 2 abilities. Like I think you could kind of boil her down to like 2 abilities that I think most people would probably want to run on her. Like the overlap of people running the same kits are probably going to be within these 2 slots. And that's probably going to be the Battle Hardened Warrior. And I'm not going to really account for the attack, right? Like, okay, maybe 3 slots. If we're gonna count for the basic attack too, sure. People will definitely probably run the Sword of Dawnlight, just because like they're probably running Dawnlight too, and that just like works very well because the single target ability does AoE damage. Let that sink in. Yeah, so we'll say 3 slots are a lot of overlap with. So yeah, so the Sword of Dawnlight, it'll be the Battle Hardened Warrior, and it'll be the Battle Flag of Convallaria Stance, which aka switches Sword of Peace. Now, this Battle Hardened Warrior, I feel like, is honestly the biggest part of Miss Convallaria. Like, you get so much for just a reaction, and there is definitely trade-offs, right? There's not like significantly better than, I want to say, all abilities or all skills, because like I was thinking about it earlier, and I was like, okay, like you're getting 30% damage reduction, but like, is that comparable? How comparable is that to other units? And I was thinking like, okay, it's probably not too egregiously like powerful compared to other units. And I'm still kind of like thinking on it. I think that's like somewhat true, right? Like you have to think about it. Like the trade-off is it's a strong ability for sure, but you don't get it immediately. And if you think of like other units, like for example, we'll just go to another unit with like a reaction. I don't want to throw like anyone on the bus that I use because I would feel bad, right? Like it's just bad luck if you do that. So we'll just like we'll use Barrel. Assuming her rank, her star rank doesn't increase her reaction. Yeah, so like she flatly just gets 25% range damage reduction. Just like flat, which is, if Anana has no stacks, it's just better than her, right? AoE damage taken is reduced by 40%. It's just good. While it is conditional, it's just like outright better when you're first starting off the map, right? Like, if you're just not doing too many abilities, like Barrel just has a better reaction. So it just feels like it's okay in that sense. Mind you, like units can just deal damage around you and you get free stacks, It still just needs to rank up, right? It still just needs to build up to be as strong as like other reactions. And then once the reaction does build up, you do get this special like attack command, which does boost it even further, and it feels good, right? It doesn't. It sort of makes you feel like you've reached Super Saiyan, like you've done Convallaria as going Super Saiyan, and it feels good. It feels really strong, and I think like this is honestly the one of the major selling points of this unit is like she's supportive because a lot of her abilities just seem to interact with other units around her. That's kind of like her gimmick, as she's like sort of for Convallaria for the team. So we've got a lot of like AoE things that just like ambiently help other units around you. This is one of those, but also the fact that you need to build up for it. It kind of actually goes to her story too, right? Like you're sort of building up character, and you become like this strong unit by like strong independent unit. I really feel like there's a lot that has went into this ability flavor wise, right? Like it sort of goes to show for like her story, but also mechanically it feels good to play. Like when you reach that 15 stacks and then you like get the attack command, it just feels good. Like think about this too. Like I love the flavor so much for this ability because like you literally are going through battlefield trials, right? You're on the battlefield, you're swinging your sword, you're dealing damage, getting experience basically. And once you have another experience, you basically are just like commanding your army, right, with attack command. It's just all in all such a flavorful like win. It's really good. It's really good. I really like it. So yeah, this ability is definitely a win, and you definitely do feel it in game. Now the other ability that I would say is probably like the best in slot for Inanna is the Battlefield of Convallaria. This is a very overloaded skill, which honestly I would say most skills that do switch is probably overloaded. This one being the fact that it gives you co-attack, co-defense. On top of that, you get a Battle Flag of Convallaria, which gives you more attack and defense. And depending if you have area and Sword of Convallaria units in your team, you get increased damage dealt or damage reduction. Then you get For This World of Peace, which does AoE magic damage. And if you're only hitting one unit, it not only reduces or removes dispels 5 buffs before attacking, it also increases the damage 180% if it's a single unit. So it does a lot, and it's front loaded. It's crazy. Because if you think of other units that have somewhat similar abilities, I'm thinking of things like 180% is like quite a lot, right? And this is an AoE. Well, it's 180% if it's single target. So single target AoE, single target damage dealers that have like comparable damage. Honestly, I want to say something like Nungle. Hold up. Where is Nungle? Where is she when I need her? Okay, Nungle, right? She does her special does 160, which is like 20% off, but like, yeah, still like a lot. When you're like dealing hundreds of thousands of damage, I'm thinking of like exemplars videos here. If you're dealing like hundreds of thousands of damage and like you're just off by like 20 or 30k damage, honestly, it's still very comparable damage, right? In the grand scheme of things, like think of the difference literally being a star crossbow trigger, right? That's like the damage difference. So yeah, Nungle deals like kind of comparable damage here. And then actually you can do more if she crits, right? And then you've got people like Ravia, who does like that kind of damage to single target. If you go, what's the ability? Is it Gale Breach? Yeah, Gale Breach. So 140%. And if they're dealing, if you're getting like debuffs, right? So she gets 2 debuffs, no reactions from this, right? Just no reactions. So that's 10%. I'm assuming like if you're playing Ravia, you're playing with her more debuffs, right? You're gonna get to stack a bunch of debuffs. So this can like cap at 190% damage. It's like single target damaging abilities just like do that much damage. That's just like kind of typical. So like it doesn't seem that egregious or overpowered I feel like when I think about it, for this ability alone. I think the strength comes from like you have all these different sort of sources of attack up, which has things like Brilliant Light or like your reaction when it's like fully stacked, or sort of like guarding sort of Convallaria. I think that is when this becomes like super strong, which honestly I want to say like if you're blowing your load that quickly and you're not taking advantage of like the battlefield trial by like waiting a bit before you actually launch that attack, it's like okay, right? Like the whole thing about her is like she has to build up before she wants to do like the most damage ever, right? You can still get around having to build up by like going like magician and all that stuff, but like I feel like thematically it fits generally just like wait up to like do that much damage and like run your nuke here in the game. So like it just feels okay. It just like in my mind it doesn't feel that blatant of a power creep, but I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong, but like yeah, she's good and she feels good to play. Okay, so after that little rant, Let's talk about my build. So I was kind of cheap, not gonna lie. I want to eventually get the Sword of Dawnlight, I think it's called. Um, I'm just like not really pulling signatures right now. I think eventually I do want to get the signature, but in my opinion, it's just like Void Stab feels okay. I think the consensus is like, yeah, Void Stab is like somewhat comparable. So if you do get the crit, so I'm just like, okay, we'll just get Void Stab. I think it was Void Stab. I could be wrong here. Whatever it is, I'll gladly get it. But like, I'm not trying to get her signature right now because I'm trying to get save for Dungeon Meshi. Sorry, not sorry. It's just how it is right now, right? She's going through the grinder. We got her 3 stars. We got to save up a little bit. We're just not gonna pull that for her. But eventually we will get that for her. I think. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. I like her as a unit. It's just like, I don't know. I don't think she's like the best thing since sliced bread. For like, okay. Think about it this way. If you're doing PvE content, what are you one-shotting? Like honestly, what are you one-shotting? Like what do you need to one-shot with Inanna? Probably not much. I think a lot of her utility just comes from like her ability to add to the team passively with like buffs like Brilliant Light, or like buffs from like co-attack, co-defense. It's just like not insane for her to do like, or not really needy for her to do like maximum damage. It is good. Like I do play her as a damage dealer when I do play her. It's just like she already just does good damage. And like a lot of utility is already coming from like she's got a lot of utility in her kit already. So I don't think she just needs to do crazy amounts more damage. So yeah, we're just running her with Void Stab. Now, I don't know if it's like the best build. I did talk a little bit about using her as like a tank, but I just didn't feel right. It didn't feel that good. I think she has like a lot of redundancy in her kit too. Like if I do run her as a tank, I'm definitely running something like Let's Advance Together just because you don't have any downtime compared to something like Battle Flag of Convallaria stands. And like I probably run like the other similar abilities. It doesn't feel good to run Guarding the Sword of Convallaria just because it feels like I'm only running half an ability here because I don't have any physical damage in her kit. I did try Convallaria Swordplay, but the issue with this is I'm like a big fan of running her for this World of Peace, her nuke on cooldown. Like whenever it's up to be used, I just want to use it. So I felt like when I ran this instead of like Guarding Sword of Convallaria or like Brilliant Light, it just felt like I had to use another ability, but I couldn't because I was always out of energy. I like the idea of not requiring an energy battery or energy generator on my team, and so I kind of I feel like I definitely build that sort of way now. Not saying like you shouldn't. I like that sort of independence in my unit. So I basically have just been using as my main energy spender on Nana has been like for this World of Peace, and everything else is sort of like passive. And I think in general this like helps in the long run. I could probably move this to something more passively helpful, but like this has been like okay for my team. I generally just run her in Pioneering and then fine. I did actually start a new account for the 10x free summons, and I did get Inanna. I ended up not after the first summon though, not after like the legendary. I had to like grind out for a bit because I was like, oh my gosh, there's no way I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna create this account and not get Inanna, right? It's gonna be wild. Anyways, I did end up getting Inanna. I started running Helping Hand instead of like Angel for like a healer, and you know it's just regular Inanna after that. And honestly, like Helping Hand by herself with Inanna just felt like really good. Like that with like Mytha has been like a really strong sort of setup and like not requiring a real dedicated healer. She had like a lot of passive healing in her team for a lot of the stages. So that would also be like a good ability to get if you do run something like that. And also Cure Blow. I think Cure Blow has been pretty helpful as well, but I generally don't run that on my my main account. Okay, so what else about Inanna? Yeah, 3 stars. That's not much else to say. Oh, one thing I do hate about this game, just a little bit. Not to say I hate it, but like the one thing that irks me is the fact that some of the abilities I think I've noticed are literally named the same thing, but do different things. And I think Cure Blow is one of them. Cure Blow and Brilliant Light, because I think Gloria runs Brilliant Light, but it's only 2 tiles. It might be like 8%. It reduces damage and defense by 8%. And Inanna's is like 3. It's just a little bit annoying. They could have just like changed the name a little bit like they do with the buffs and just say like Brilliant Light 2 or something, right? That was a little annoying. On top of that, I think that's really about I will say, because I do use her as basically a spammer for her nuke. I have been running the engraving. Which shield adjusters did I use? This shield adjust. Engraving resonance. This is with the cup and what is the other one? Cup and the wand. And basically, because her ability is like, her ability can be used every 3 turns for 3 energy. If you do get the chance to use the ability with the resonance trigger, it's just free real estate. You just get to spam it again. It just feels good, right? And then you can just use this other ability off cooldown. And honestly, you just don't really need a energy generator after that. That's how it felt like for me, anyways. It felt pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, I've been doing this build, and honestly, I've been also rolling for more. So first of all, y'all do know I'm like a devil junkie. Literally, I'm like every game I'm going to, and okay, also this is like lore accurate kind of, because she's like building up right for her devil stacks, basically like doing the files. I've been okay, so I digress. I've been trying to aim for more magicians, and I think I got like a utterly okay magician. Like I pulled this today, and I'm like, okay, that's like, while it's not the best, it's like pretty close to being like a pretty solid magician. You got 3 physical attack slots, 2 percentages, and you got the actual the 4 slot passive. And this felt so good. I would run her. I would run her with this, but the thing is, I'm so like, I guess narrow-minded or like tunnel vision on the fact that I want to build up all my stacks before I'm like using her nuke. So I'm just like, yeah, this could be strong, but also you can just get this after dealing enough damage in after like dealing enough damage with like devil, right? Like once you get enough devil stacks. So like the trade-off is of course that like this is immediately dealing more damage, but devil is gonna take you some time and you can get marginally more damage. Just like a slight bit more, right? So yeah, I've been running that, but I do have a magician available if I do ever need to use. So yeah, that's about it. That's been my Inanna so far. The one thing I do feel like though is it just hasn't felt too good on my teams that I'm playing on. For example, the teams I'm playing, I will say, are like Coco, Pamina, Convallaria, Afra, Tear, Maitha, Homa. Like those are the teams I felt like. And like when I do run Inanna with like, I don't know, with my original team, it just feels a little lackluster. Like for example, I have Afra with Convallaria. My Afra, she does run the Nightmare Puppet, which is Convallaria's signature. And I do think she's actually a better applicator with Nightmare Puppet than Convallaria, which is like kind of weird because like isn't it his signature? Anyways. So yeah, so that's been like really solid, and that what that basically does is because Afra is faster, it does allow Convallaria to land piercing strike damage, stronger piercing strike damage more immediately, right? Because she applies it with her passive, with her abilities, and then Convallaria can take advantage of that. Also works very well with Afra's passive, increasing damage, right? I guess everyone does that every passive. But the reason why this is like a little funky if you run Inanna here is because if you're running the Nightmare Puppet and you have the Nightmare passive on the units, Nightmare Puppet 3 increases piercing damage. And Inanna doesn't do piercing damage, she does magical damage. It's like that's like a little annoying because it's just like kind of awkward there. I will say that at this late stage in the game though, a lot of damage just feels just like different damage types and doesn't feel like it actually does mechanically what it's supposed to be. For example, we've had a lot of time, actually you can kind of see it in vulnerable too, right? I forgot what units have oh, Afra, right? Doesn't she have 2 invulnerables? She has like piercing damage vulnerable, and I swear and somewhere in the kit she has like piercing vulnerable and like a regular vulnerable. Is it? Okay, here it is. She has vulnerable too, and also piercing vulnerable too. So basically, she makes all damage. She increases all damage forever. And at this point, it's like you could have just put piercing damage as its own trait, like magical damage and physical damage, because most abilities that just have like actually every tank would benefit from it. Also, there's a lot of like artificial, basic difficulty added, in stuff like Pioneering, like Odyssey Pioneering, that like it's essentially just the same thing. It's just like a different damage type. Anyways, I digress. Right, like she just basically just does magic damage. Is not able to take advantage of Afra's passives. So that's one of the things. The only thing that's like kind of annoying though. But like almost she's like a really good unit. She's a really strong unit. Definitely do stand by my opinion that like if you do need a strong unit, she's definitely a good unit to go roll for or start a new account for. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, she's not like significantly changing the PvE content, right? I think she's gonna make it easier, but it's not like you're going to like lose all of your human rights, right? So I was definitely hyperbolic a little bit in that video. Okay. Anyways, let's go play some games with her. We can just like run her through some pioneering, see how that feels. I do have to do eventually some Sprout of Destinies. Okay. I know I'm a little behind here, but you know, why not? As you can see, I think the effects here are just all in all basically you get dealt more damage and they take less damage. I will say, because there isn't really a good slot on my team, that I feel like Inanna can just slot in there and like work fine, but also like any unit. Okay, so this is like generally my team. I have like 2 tanky units to guard my damage dealers, and I just go in. I basically just low-key kind of brute a lot of the gameplay because it just feels that kind of easy. Okay, we have... Okay, it's just like low sound. Volume up. Okay, so let's also make sure like everyone's got their equipment up. Got Afra. We've got Coco. I do need to up Coco because they released her Ascension skill and she gets magic damage reduction, and I think magic defense. And honestly, I feel like that's the only thing Coco has been missing. Albeit she is mostly just like an HP tank, so it doesn't matter too much. She's kind of like ignorant of, or like, she doesn't really care like what type of damage dealt to her as long as she has the health for it. Like that's like a pretty solid Ascension. You'd run Mytha as like kind of like a baby Coco, like a slightly worse Coco for most purposes. But let's like buffer to like have around. We definitely would have around something like a Mystery Guardian. We'd have her on. She doesn't need energy. She definitely just needs like defense. Have her on like something like a Silence of the Hermit. I think HP is like okay with her. And then, yeah, we also do run a Nocturnal Glow too. The good thing about like these signature weapons though is they apply unique passives, and these unique passives are unique, so they stack with other unique passives, while also doing basically the same thing that basically attributes. Pretty good. Okay, that's another conversation though. Okay, so and then we also need to put more clothing on our Convallaria. Just run with Convallaria. But we've got like a very piercing damage oriented comp so far, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, this I don't know what I should change this to. I've been thinking like we could probably run Starry Sky Heritage because Convallaria likes magic attack and HP. But honestly, I feel like there's so many debuffs to be had in the level 2 debuff set that like it doesn't hurt to just run it along with Afra because you just want to have all the debuffs up at all times. I also think the Unforgettable Erosion also adds debuffs. So it's like literally 100% application of all debuffs at all times when when my team's on the battlefield. It just feels good. Okay, so that is the basic Convallaria setup. Then we've got Inanna. And this is like the... Okay. And yeah, so like with this setup, we basically only have we only have like 1 energy battery here, which is like Coco. She literally is like the unit for literally everything. Yeah, so Coco Stop's always up. We can't, like, we could push these. Okay, anyways. Yeah, let's roll with this. Let's see. A substantial attack run. A run of wet weather. Okay. Change something. Okay. Afra's gonna do Afra things. We're just gonna lead with this. We could actually just lead with this. I do feel like the spear users are just literally going to absolutely destroy my my damage dealers. So we're just gonna slow them down, and we're going to apply some debuffs. Like, the feeling of this, it just feels so good. Look how many debuffs are already on this, right? Like, slight depth too, slight advantage has like all these debuffs. Gets more debuffs every turn. The only thing I do wish though is we did add more stacks of debuffs from like life loss, because like I just feel like we just have a lot of debuffs, but like not enough. I don't say not enough damage, but like you always have more damage, right? Like, I don't know. I just like the idea of like seeing a whole bunch of red on them. Okay. We can honestly just we're one off from popping this other barrel. Fine. That works pretty fine. I think we're at the point where we also just want to slowly whittle one by one, or like lure out units. I think is like a tried and true strategy for like getting past some of the difficult content. This also heals or hits the dealer. Okay, and now we are by Nana. Oh, one thing I didn't discuss too about Nana is like her call of freedom. Like, this is really good. I don't want to discount like how strong this is. It gives you damage too, damage reduction for like any target. Also gives you like a actual heal, 20% physical attack. So like it just heals a lot. I think really good. Is this worth it? This feels risky. Actually, no. Coco can cover for. Coco can cover her. Okay. Or do we just try and like plant this down? I feel like this dude is actually gonna kill, Nana. Wait, can we check? Can we check here? Max AP, the damage taken, health. Damage taken to 50%, increased damage to 50%. So he's doing 5k damage, right? That'll put a Nana to 2k health. It's like roughly eyeballing. Honestly, it's a lot, but like YOLO, right? YOLO. Sure, YOLO. Okay. Okay, and then one thing also with this particular build, this setup is we kind of have a few passive like, not healers, but like cures, right? Like they just dispel abilities. Just like we have Afra passive, and then we also have the Nocturnal Glow from Mytha. Honestly, it feels like enough. It feels like enough dispellers. I think we just want to also hit this chick. We can just like slowly whittle down the right side spear user, because like he's not moving anytime soon. He's literally on ice and also moved down like 2. So he's like moving 1 tile per turn. Okay. And we can probably remove some of life loss we have on them. One thing I did really wish, if the devs could do this would be amazing. I was trying to put Dawn Glow on Mytha because I felt like it would work really well with her being like a defensive tank, instead of like an HP tank, or her bandage. That would have been so good. But her bandage I don't think is considered a support ability. It's just a healing. Kind of got me sad. I was like, oh my gosh, that would have been an awesome build if she literally could run. Was it Dawn? No. What's Aisha's passive or Aisha's signature? I would say it's like Dawn Light or something like that, right? Like, oh my gosh, that would have been so good on Mytha. Okay, so we can like dump one here, probably back mold. And okay, doing 5k. Mind you, the damage is reduced by 50%, so she's like in reality doing a little more. 6k. Like whatever. I can like finish them off. Also an amazing animation. Oh, look at that. I can just like do it again. This is like the best part of her. I can just like unleash as many as I want to. And I want to say by the next time the residence comes up, you can just do 2 in a row again. So look how many, look how much stuff is on her. She just has so much on her. It's kind of wild. Okay. So yeah, this is like why Nana is crazy. You literally just get so many buffs. Like when you do like a fully charged For This World of Peace nuke, it just absolutely obliterates. And it feels good. After them. I'll say if like I'm just in the business of doing this. Oh. And we can do another one of these. We actually don't want them to move, and we're kind of far enough where we're kind of far enough where like the ice won't impact them too much. It's gonna be a little annoying. Ice. That's the only issue I have with Afra, because I do run her with the Icefield Calamity, is like sometimes we don't have enough long range damage dealers. It feels like that. Like we do have Convallaria, which is like literally one of the farthest range damage dealers, but like you can get into places where Afra is just like too far ahead, and so like they have to cross the ice. Okay. Like 5k auto. Jeez. I totally was not expecting that. 2k with auto. Okay, a little more than 2k maybe. Wait, what? We have to kill this too? Okay. Look at the autos, even despite like being magic damage compared to Convallaria, are doing more than Convallaria's passive. Kinda crazy. Okay, let's look at the damage delta. So yeah, we've got Mytha doing absolutely nothing, freeloading. But then we've got like, I mean, okay, she did. But yeah, we got like Convallaria doing the most damage, and we've got Inanna doing Inanna damage. Mind you, I will say that Inanna is not fully starred, Convallaria is fully starred, so maybe that could change. Also, my ability selection or like a lot of things that contribute to that, like better. I want to say generally Convallaria is still probably a little stronger than Inanna, like pound to pound if you really had to fight a boss. Without any other supports, I think Convallaria could probably do it a little bit quicker because he just has so much damage over time and passive. Okay, I'm sorry, passive debuffs to them. Cool beans. And we do like one or two more games just to show some Inanna in action. Okay, so this is like one of those stages where I would run like Coco with the three people, and Afra Mytha alone here. This is just because like Mytha can heal from literally anywhere in the battle, and also Afra can protect with like physical defense, magical defense. It also gives like everything from her Dream Telling game. Right, she gives the Dream Enlightened, Dream Blessed, like literally anywhere. So this is a good strat, I guess, in that case, because you don't really care where these units are in the battlefield. These units definitely want to be together. Yeah, that's that. Seems like a particularly easy map. Honestly, I feel like I should be running, not already running it yet. I feel like I should be running the Ghost. Is it? It's not called Ghost. Ghost is like Call of Duty, right? The tactic that lets you go 2 more tiles. I'll be running. Just run it on this. I don't know if that triggers the other units to like come down and fight, but faster. This. Nice. Okay, we can. I'm like, do I want to protect Afra here? It doesn't honestly matter, just because she's in her deer form, so she takes less damage. We can just like heal up here. Actually, all doesn't matter just because I've got Mytha, her rank 13 ability. We can just like use that too. Doesn't necessarily hurt. You can start moving these up here. But sure, we'll just like start buffing up Anana here. Go. It's like, do I want to risk, not a big deal, but like, do I want to risk using an auto to get the resonance trigger? Or like wait for it? It matters too much. Can we just, no we can't. Here we go. Interesting. Wait. I saw this added a debuff to. I'm sorry. Yeah, Coco. Then a turn inflicts damage down on all enemies. Files. Okay. That's what was added to Coco. Honestly, we can just like leave Mytha to handle this one dude. We just like bring Afra up to the top to handle the rest. I feel like one unit. This might suck a little bit though because we could kill. We just do this. Because Coco, wait, actually no. Coco can't guard Afra there. Actually, Afra might be in a bad spot. I might have put her in the wrong spot. Oh well. Okay, Mytha's doing like okay damage here. Like heal up here. I don't know if this is, wait, does this unit have any push? Oh, this is also a cool thing here actually. Because I think I've mentioned in this video that like Afra is such a good user of the a good user of the Nightmare Puppet, because level 2 debuffs also added with her ability to passively add level 2 debuffs. And so you get a lot of times where like units literally just like can't do anything because they've got all passives. So you can see like this mutant here literally can't like do any soul reaping, and literally can't do any coercion. So pretty good. Now I guess reactions aren't considered. Yeah, I know reactions aren't passive, but you could get to the case where they also apply the no reactions debuff, and so they can't steal random buffs as well. They get hit. Because we do know Afra also adds the random buffs. Not random, but they adds the defensive buffs, so, and attack debuffs, so like that could be very relevant to basically null. Get a good angle. Like one of those times where like I just feel like I need maneuver command. Puts her in a good position though. Yeah, isn't that insane? It's like no damage is being dealt to Nana because she's just like naturally so tanky. The only issue that I had with the like defensive build too, by the way, is like having units fight her, right? She doesn't have a way to like be dealt damage too often for all the damage reduction she does have. It doesn't mean she's just like tankier in battle, but like if no one's attacking her, it's not even like worth being tanky, right? Anyways, we can do this. I think Coco can survive this. Sorry, not sorry, Coco. Okay, Convallaria's just moving. Go. Got a kill there. No, this is probably fine. Fine. Issue with this though is that like I don't think Anana can attack. Okay, so yeah, we kind of in a bad spot here. One thing I hate about, I don't, it's too big, too strong of a word, but like in Tactics Ogre, you could actually do this. You could actually like fire at this unit far away, even though the unit close to you can't be hit because of like range reasons. This would have been doable, and you would just attack the mutant, but not in this game. So she's kind of just like taking a turn off. Inana's just kind of chilling here. Okay, that was honestly almost perfect. Like we almost got the perfect lineup for like to not have mattered that Inanna was like stuck there. I mean, she still would have mattered because like she didn't attack, but I got an out of jail free card. Okay, okay. Just run it again. Run it down. Oh my gosh, I remember this unit. I mean this remember this field. Although I do remember there being like a big tarot card in the center, right? Like a big tarot card. I always thought you could get the tarot card, but I don't think you actually can. Anyways, this is like a big battlefield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 units. It's like 2 off from max Terrat. Not that we need it, because like at that point, after like 5 Terrat triggers, I feel like we just kill everyone anyways. But think about it this way: if you do have multi-Terrats on a single map, it's like killing one person basically, and you have like 5 people, just like ups your Terrat damage by like 5%, right? No, it's like 3% per proc, right? So it's like 15% damage across the field. Anyways, like the way that I kind of run this Maitha, low-key feels like I'm running just Aisha. She's just kind of there for guarding the back line, and Coco's like the real unit here. Anyways, probably center them like this. Aphra can be a little more solo than Convallaria because she has her deer form to reduce damage. Like, okay. I don't get this though. Is this... Wait, what is this doing? Grant ancestral power. Increase the range of skills by 1. Deals 100% more damage attacking. Takes life loss. That's fine. Oh no. It just... Wait, does it not apply immediately? Increases the range of range skills by 1 tile. I feel like that's buggy, right? I guess you need to just land here first before actually using it. That's kind of annoying. We can just like do this kind of far away. It's like an opening attack. And this does allow us to kind of get a nice position for Maitha to run her taunt for everyone. Cool. Right, she just like gets right here. Just like runs the taunt. Wait, is it any better to run the taunt there? Probably not. We also just want to be kind of close to Inanna here too. Jeez. There we go. On her here. We're also still 5 distance, or less than 5 distance from Inanna, so that's like perfect. She's getting real buffed up. Yeah, she's also like kind of a slower unit too. Like all she is a little slower. But it's really not too big of an issue. Because like the reason why being slower is better in this case is you get the battlefield trials. Like by the time you get to your turn, you have some battlefield trials stacked up. So it's like, okay. Mind you, you probably still want to be faster. It's just like not the worst thing. I should probably take out both these guys actually. We've got Devil on her, so we can do like one shot here, and then almost. It's like very close. Like we kill the other guy for the Devil proc, and then ideally we've gotten like a crit there or something. Yeah, Coco is just so tanky. Go here. And oh crap, we're 1 energy down. Not the worst. But Putting that ninja to sleep. Jeez, wait, what happened there? Wait, did I have life loss on me? I don't even know. Not me. I got a chunk of damage after that. Anyways. A little closer this way. Oh, is it because I ran over that, actually? That might be why. Heal up here. Heal here. Like, I also feel like Ollie Nana's good. It's just like, I don't know, I feel like she's just not particularly like, it's like, wow. Like, she's very good, but like, also, I feel like anyone could be good in this situation. Just because like, I feel like the other people in the comp just like already have rounded the team out so well. Okay, up a bit. Wait, I'm curious. Did the ancestral just like keep the buff on her? Why do I have so much life loss? Wait, is it just me? I swear I'm just like dealt damage like randomly. Anyways. Actually put it back a little. Get the AI unit. You just hit this. Doesn't kill here. Like, does a good amount. Actually, it does kill because Convallaria, right? You just see a million double procs here. Who doesn't want more snow? No, I really like Ice Field of Calamity. It really does help with like making sure units don't hit like Convallaria or someone. Like, he kind of just like open, right? It is kind of late in this map, but like, yeah, pretty good. Okay. Yeah, you can see here. Actually, Ananda did more here, more than Convallaria. Interesting. I can't. I guess maybe the difference here from last game was that like we were a little more bunched up, right? I think also one of the interesting things too about this team comp is I feel like some units are pulling a lot of weight, but you just can't really tell with the current endgame statistics. For example, Coco, we know she's like literally like carrying a team on her back, right? Her bag/back. But like you don't really get that other than like when she's like tanking a lot, maybe. Like she's doing crazy amounts of work. This is another one of those maps where like you run Afra with Maitha. Maybe we can like test out someone else other than Convallaria, because he's not really like we're not really taking advantage of the piercing vulnerability from Afra anyway. Pick him up. But it's like, who else is like good run here? Because generally like Convallaria also adds the slow too, which means like they can't really get the back line while we get Inanna stacking her passive. You could do Pamina, and then everyone literally just aims for Pamina, because then like you don't get the benefit of having another sort of tankier unit, because we want everyone to attack Pamina. But because Coco is here, she's gonna eat up the ability to tank because assisting cover. So what else can we do? We could do Homa. Bunch of single target damage here. Oh, but we don't do physical damage. That's like a little annoying. We could do. I kind of like this. We could do like Aisha, X, Anana? We do Luffy. Actually, Luffy doesn't sound that bad. It doesn't sound that bad. Did Convallaria stand in? What do we run? You just run the. Yeah, I didn't really invest too heavily in the. Sorry, in the newborn blade, but I think it's like pretty solid in Luffy. We do. Yeah, we don't have another. We don't have another Shield of Justice, unfortunately. Like everyone wants Shield of Justice. It's just so good. Well, honestly, I don't think I'm gonna invest any more in Shield of Justice. It's just. Oh, we could invest a little more into the Blood Luxite Amulet. Increase AoE magical damage and magical damage. Which is like, I think it probably just, wait, is it just better on Inanna right now? Hold up. Increases magic damage by 60% and AoE magical damage at 12%. So it's like 18% if you're thinking of it additively. And you just get 12% from the Shield of Justice. Honestly, you could probably make that change. The only issue though is I do run this on Tristan. It kind of just like breaks that, right? Like I do like using Tristan sometimes, and it just feels weird to not use Tristan's I say it's weird, but like I'm using Afra and the Nightmare Skeleton or Nightmare Puppet on Afra. This is kind of like an investment though. We don't have already a cup too. Oh, that's gonna hurt. I mean, to be fair though, I don't really run Tristan in much content. She's like 6-star or 5-star though. Right, Tristan? I just don't run her that much. I think she's very good in Clash. This is like significantly increased. All right, we'll do it. We'll do it. The only issue is like I'm kind of saving some money too. Like if we did this, chance. We've got enough, right? This hurts my wallet a little bit. Oh, we don't have. We do have cups, but it's like out of not in game, like boxed. Okay, we'll just keep it as is right now. Luffy can wait a bit. Okay, so then what are we running for? Damage. Flying arm guard. Honestly, for defensive ability, this could be good. No, there's a isn't there like AoE that reduces it? Or an increases. Oh wait, breath concealing ring? Is that good? They're not merged like that. 2%. Increases physical attack until start next turn. Does that mean? I'm curious. Does this mean like it also increases? I forget who's this. This might be Lydia's. I forget who's. So does life loss actually apply the current physical attack or like before? Damage up from life loss. I'm not sure. That could be good though. Okay, so let's just like pick something. We're wasting too much time. What are you doing? Alright, we can. Sure, we'll just keep this. I'm not gonna use it, but we'll keep it. Wait, is this the most scuffed Luffy setup y'all have seen? Probably. Okay, this is a good. Luffy's gonna be unharmed, and we'll just run him with another double. Sure. We're already butchering Tristan anyways. Mars is gonna be the okay. Best thing since sliced bread. Yeah. Only one unit over here. Okay, we're just gonna do this. What's up? It does help to actually preemptively use that as well, because Oh my gosh, I did the meme. I did the meme. I end up switching Aisha for Inanna. More accurate Aisha there. Oh my gosh. Okay, where's Inanna? Where are you? Go. I mean, to be fair, they look very similar. Actually, this might be a different plate than last time. Oh, yeah, anyone that passes through it. Oh yeah, this is okay. So, I guess this wasn't showing in the buffs and debuffs section, right? Isn't it supposed to show that like if you're passing through it, it's an effect on you? Okay, let me just double check. Unless she like cleared it, but you shouldn't be able to. Special power? Yeah, you can't dispel it. Okay. We're not gonna put it on our tank. We're just gonna do this. Apply some infection. Oh, Luffy is slower than her. Honestly, I think Luffy just like kills this. I give it to him. This benefits a lot of that. Cool. Like a run around. You don't want to get close to the lightning. A little too scary. Yeah, we should be fine here. Maita's like particularly tanky. Go. We just put out a battle flag here. I don't want to be too far away from. I know he's about to die, but like he's gonna get a turn free here. Just because like he's just doing life loss damage. Oof, that hurt a lot. That hurt more than I wanted it to. Oh my gosh, so good there. We actually might want to just like take a chill pill here with Afra. Been taking so much damage. Green. Yeah, Maita is like on super heal duty. I'm saying like Maita's like strong here. She's doing a really good Aisha impression. Cool. Can't TP them over here. Wait, do we have? No, we fuck this over. All right, back to normal. Chillin'. Okay. Jeez. I probably would have killed too. Wait, what? Wait, did he not trigger? Not trigger the... Oh, he's got that. I guess he just has. Oh wait, he might. His life loss. He's getting less life loss, or he's getting dealt less life loss damage, right? That damage taken by 30%. Oh, damage. I can't really explain that. Oh well, doesn't matter anyways. We're probably killing her. In other news, all right, that's that. Doing the most here. Yeah, Afra absolutely is tanking that game. She has 30% damage reduction when she's not deer form. Kind of wild. Kind of wild. Anyways, we will end it there. Thanks, folks, for watching. Let me know what y'all think about, like, how Inanna has been stacking up for y'all. Like, I think she's really good, but in my opinion, she's like not too wild as like the hype felt like it seemed. Like I was expecting her, like not having played her, right? Because I only have global account. I'm like, oh wait, this single target attack is like dealing, you know, like 4 times the damage, because not only is it a single target damage dealing ability, it's basically like a Luvata steering phase. Like it's dealing AoE damage around the target you select, right? But no, it's just like single target attack, right? Like she's human, she bleeds. Actually, I don't even think we got a critical on her the whole game. Anyways, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Peace out, and I'll catch y'all later.